Modern gaming is a scam, and you are all falling for it. Companies are raising their prices on subscriptions, storage space for games are getting out of control, microtransactions are at an all-time high, and pre-ordering a game means nothing nowadays. And to top it all off, removing licensing for games that we supposedly own. All of these things combined is why I believe modern gaming is killing games. The fact that companies, when we buy a game, they believe that we do not own the license to that game, so basically once we buy it, we do not own the copy of the game, is absolutely outrageous to me. So you're telling me if I go to the store and I buy a physical copy game, I do not actually own that game? It is insane. That's like if you go to the store and you buy a piece of clothing and the company basically looks at you and says, you don't actually own that piece of clothing. It's just, you're just borrowing it pretty much. That is the weirdest mindset I have ever heard. Another reason why I think modern gaming is killing games is the storage space and the storage size. Seriously, like these games are getting way too big for these storage spaces on these devices. Like, I bought a Steam Deck a couple months back, and I bought the 256 gigabyte model, and I put a terabyte SSD inside of the actual device itself. And I still find it that I can't even play a lot of the games. I have to delete a game to download a game that I just purchased, It's just, the storage space is just wild to me. And I just did another video, actually, this video that I did hit like 70,000 views, and it's on the modern gaming topic. So I'm going to read some comments from that video, and I'm going to show you that I'm not alone on this. Draugr says, the problem is most modern games are just soulless generic corporate trash, whereas most retro games were made by passionate developers who knew how to make fun games and unique games. And to be honest, I think he's right here. I literally could not agree more that most modern games are by corporations and they have no soul behind them. They keep wanting to shovel out slop because people are going to buy it regardless. They just have to make either a sequel or like a remaster. Like, it just doesn't really matter as long as people are buying the game. They don't care about the quality. Jordo also says, man, as an older gamer, it's really sad that we've got to a point where younger guys are saying just be able to buy a game, have it be complete, and no monetary BS is a special experience. Having grown up on the PS1 into the PS2, Xbox, and then through the rest of the generations, it's really disheartening to see what the mainstream gaming industry has done to itself over the last decade. It really is disheartening because it's like when I spend money on a game, I expect it to work. I expect it to, just play like normal and not have 50 different bugs that are going to get patched out and then keep updating and updating and updating. The amount of times my Steam Deck updates, like just games randomly, is just insane to me. And also, this doesn't really get brought up a lot, but a lot of games nowadays, on average, cost about $1 billion to produce. Just for one game alone. That is insane. That is stupid. The amount of money is being funneled into these games is just outrageous. And I can guarantee you that the amount of money that is being funneled into these games is mainly going into the graphics. It's not even going into the gameplay. It's not going into anything. It's either the length of the game or the graphics of the game being intensive. Because also on Google it says on average a game to be beaten, a AAA title, is about 10 to 12 hours, and if it's open world it's about 40 or plus So all that money being funneled into these games, and also they have to pay the, obviously, developers and stuff like that. But a lot of layoffs happen as well, especially in the modern space, that it's actually concerning. Bro, it even says it on their own website. It literally says, the PlayStation community means everything to us. So I feel it is important to update you on a difficult day at our company. We have made an extremely hard decision to announce our plan to commence a reduction of all overall headcount globally by 8%, or about 900 people. Subject to the local law and consultation processes, employees across the globe, including our studio, are impacted. These are incredible, talented people who have been a part of our success, and we are grateful for their contribution. However, the industry has changed immensely. You know it's bad when even PlayStation, a company as big as PlayStation, is laying off people because of how the industry has changed. So games have become more expensive to produce, layoffs happen, and overall just storage spaces and a bunch of other things contributing to this gaming industry. I really do believe that modern gaming is killing games, and we need to go back into a simpler time when games were fun and not just about graphics and about how impressive they can be, you know? I also would like to touch on indie games, independently developed video games. They are some of the best thing to come out of the modern age, and I honestly don't even consider it modern gaming when I talk about these videos. In the last video, I got a lot of hate comments about saying, "Oh, modern games, you hate modern games, you also hate indies." I don't hate independently developed video games. They're some of my favorites, honestly. I like Celeste. I love Hollow Knight. I love a bunch of the indie games that have come out. When I talk about modern gaming, I'm talking about the modern corporation slop that they force feed down our throats and try to pass it off as a good thing. And the reason why I love indies too is because they're made by actual gamers, people who actually enjoy video games and have a passion for game development. And we need more of that in the modern space for sure. Also, the problem I have with these games being at a higher budget, so basically how it works, they'll invest all this money into these games and then they'll basically force microtransactions in the video game to make the money back pretty much. And this is where it kind of gets weird because you get into live service video games that they're trying to force down people's throats, stuff like Fallout 76, Marvel's Avengers, Anthem, Evolve, Suicide Squad. All of these games have failed because they are live service. Because the reason why live service games don't work is because most people get burnt out of video games. You can play a game for about, let's say on average, 2 to 3 hours on average a day. Let's just put it out there. They want you playing these games for like 10 hours a day, and that's not how it's going to work. And most live service games, they'll be here for like about, let's say 2-3 months, maybe sometimes 6 months, but then it'll reach its peak and then it'll completely dive off and it'll fail. And it's gotten to the point to where modern gaming, they're just shoving so much money down these gaming consoles and like just games in general that this is the reason why Xbox isn't even supporting the Xbox Series S anymore. So all in all, I really do believe modern gaming is killing games, and I'm honestly out. I'm throwing my hands up. I'm throwing the towel in. I'm going to stick to games that I know are fun, and if I do eventually, if one does seep through the cracks, I'll do a video on it, but that's just me. This is all my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to stick to my retro games, and I'm going to stick to games that are anywhere from like the 2010 to 2014 era, because honestly, that was the last time gaming was fun for me. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.